Debunking myths about residency. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am a dermatology resident and I make videos for anyone who is thinking about or currently training in medicine, and I give advice based on my own life experiences. So today I want to debunk myths I've heard about residency. If you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel now. Also, like this video so I know that you liked it, and leave some comments telling me about myths that you've heard or if you've heard about any of the ones that I'll be talking about today. All right, so let's get started. The first myth I want to talk about is thinking that there is a perfect residency program. There is no perfect residency program. When I was interviewing for a residency, I really thought I was going to find a program that had it all, and I never did. There was always something that I didn't completely like about a program. And really, I just had to weigh my pros and cons. So there might be one for someone, there might be a perfect residency program for a few people, but in general, for most people, there is no perfect residency program. So just if you are currently thinking about a residency program, just know you'll have to weigh pros and cons. The second thing I want to debunk is that a lot of people think that for whatever reason, residency is easier than med school. And it's not. It's a lot of studying, a lot of working, a lot of hours of working, a lot of balancing that as well. In medical school, I was able to take naps in between classes. In medical school, I was able to do a lot more of my extracurricular activities. I thought I could do that as a resident, and I could not. I had to actually scale back. If you are if you have been with me since at the very beginning, I know you guys have seen when I've done a lot of big gaps from filming, and it's really because I had to prioritize work, and I had to prioritize other things other than something that I am doing really for fun. So in medical school, I was doing so much, but in residency, I definitely had to scale back. So residency is much more difficult. It's much more to handle. And if anything, I do recommend that if you're going into residency and you're one of those people who love doing extracurricular activities and leadership, I definitely recommend prioritizing first your work and doing well in that, and maybe in your later years of residency, focusing on anything else. Then there's the myths where people actually think that you become so busy in residency that you don't have time for a social life, you don't have time to do anything else. And of course, that's not true. Some programs, yes, you are working a lot of hours, you're working a lot, but there's always time for social life. There's always time to focus on your wellness. You really just have to figure out how to prioritize that and make that mandatory within your life. Another myth I would like to debunk is that prestige of a residency program is all that matters. So in your development of becoming a great physician, it's very important to be in a supportive environment. And I've seen people, unfortunately, go to programs just based on prestige and have a horrible experience, just traumatized from their experience in their residency program. So really take seriously how you feel when you go to interviews for residencies. You really want to think about what the environment is like, because at the end of the day, when you graduate residency, you're going to be a doctor. And if you are thinking about academia, then yes, certain programs really matter, but prestige alone is not what is important for the majority of us, because like I said, you can have a horrible time in residency. Residency is 3 to 4 years. So you want to think about other factors as well to make your experience great, and also to maximize the how amazing of a doctor you're going to be, because you don't want to finish residency and be already burnt out and already miserable and already have negative views of medicine. You want to have a positive experience. Another thing is that when I graduated medical school, I was like, life is set. I got into the program of my dreams. I just knew right then that I never had to worry about anything ever again when it came to my career. And that is a myth, that people think that like they have it all figured out once they get into the residency that they want to get into. And when I tell you, that is not true. One, there are people who get into the program that they actually wanted to get into, and like they are having a miserable experience. Hopefully that is not going to be you. Another thing is that when you get into residency, like it opens up your eyes more, right? So what you want what you want for yourself when you become a doctor on your own. It opens up your eyes to what medicine really is like, because you are really sheltered from a lot of different things in medical school. So it opens you up to so many different things, and then you have to start questioning, what do I want for myself after this? And as you all know, I am now in my last year, and I am now thinking about what I want my life to look like out after residency. And there's so many things I have to think about at this point. And so what I'm trying to say is that life is ever changing. Our careers are ever changing. We are always learning about medicine, and we're always learning about ourselves. So be willing to be adaptable, and be willing that be accepting that you probably are going to change through the experience of residency. Because sometimes I get a little bit frustrated where I'm just like, oh, I just want to like know where I'm going to be. I just want to know what I'm going to do. I just want to like be settled, because for a lot of us, we've had to move multiple times for our training. We've had to just adapt to so many different things throughout our training. And sometimes you just want to feel settled and feel like, all right, for the next 5 to 10 years, this is what I'm going to be doing. But when you get into residency, you might have a lot more questions for yourself than you thought you would. And that's okay. I'm just going to say this last myth, but I remember as a med student, I was just like, I'm going to be that cool resident that I wish that I had as a med student. And I want to say that for the majority of med students, I think that I am the cool resident. Like, I think that med students love working with me because I love teaching them. And I always want them to like get experience to talk to the patient, present to my attendings, and all that stuff. Now that I'm a resident, I see the other side of it. A lot of times, like, you're just so focused on your work. Like, sometimes I always said, like, I'll always let the med student out as soon as they can go. But sometimes I'm so focused on like getting my notes done, I like turn around to the med student, I'm like, oh my God, like, you're still here? You can go home. Like, you know, and like residents are so busy sometimes, and like we want to do great by the med student, but sometimes also we are just so focused on our work. So sometimes you think you're going to be that cool resident, you're just like, oh, like I just was not that great today. Yeah, so that is like the one that shocked me the most. Now that I'm on the other side, like I'm just like, ooh, okay. But all in all, I do think I'm a good resident for medical students. But you know, sometimes life just takes over. But yeah, those are my the myths that I wanted to debunk for residency. If you have any questions about any of them, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe now and leave some comments so I just know you're engaged and enjoyed it. All right, nice chatting with y'all. I'll talk to you at my next video. Bye.